Hi, I'm Becky Gardner, and welcome to my very first broadcast. Official broadcast, anyway. I've had a few others before. Today's musical selection was by Sister Sledge, We Are Family. I chose it because a lot of the people listening to this broadcast are new to using essential oils, and I would like to welcome them to our essential oil family. Also, I'm going to introduce my own family. I have 6 kids, and we live in the beautiful state of Colorado, where we go hiking, walking. We homeschool, so there's lots of adventures involved. And also, before I get too far, I would like to tell you that as a person who went to school to become a teacher, I wanted to make sure that you have a chance to learn in the way that you want to learn. So if you're an auditory learner, we have a podcast. If you prefer to print things out and actually hold on to them because you're a tactile learner, you can print out our weekly emails, or you can just read the emails. We also have a webinar. You can find all of this at certifiedpureessentialoils.info. Or you can find me on YouTube at Certified Pure Essential Oils with Becky Gardner. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. So we're going to talk about essential oil safety today. Essential oils are very safe and easy to use. However, it is important to remember that therapeutic grade essential oils are highly concentrated plant extracts and should be used with care. It is beneficial to have an understanding of the characteristics of various oils and necessary precautions. I would like to invite you to learn more about these essential oils by contacting me on my website, certifiedpureessentialoils.info, and sign up for my emails, because I will also be able to give you an app that is a reference app to teach you more about each oil, as well as to see many recipes available, okay? So make sure you visit my website and get on my email list. Okay, and also before I go any further, I want to make sure that I tell you that a lot of the information in this broadcast comes from an ebook by Mary Crimmins. Okay, so anyway, one of the most important things you have to know right off is never put oils in your eyes. Never, ever, ever. And do not put them in your ears. Okay? And if you apply an oil to your arm and your hands still have oils on it, you got to wash them off, because we all touch our faces and we could touch our eyes, and that could lead to some major discomfort. Just never put oils in there, okay? Also, I would make sure that before you use the restroom that you wash your hands if you recently applied oils, because those areas are very sensitive. It's quite a surprise when you have peppermint on your hands and you go use the ladies' or men's room. Okay? Another important thing that you need to know is that you need to be prepared to dilute oils with a carrier oil, not water. As you probably have seen before, you can get some cooking oil and some water and see that they don't mix. I don't know if I can make this show up on my YouTube videos, but if I were to drop some oil in this bottle, you would see a little drop sitting on the top of the water. Sometimes the drops will go and float in the middle, and sometimes at the bottom. It depends on which essential oil you're using. But it's important to know that if you're using essential oils, water and oil don't mix. So if you're putting it in a water bottle, shake it up. Okay, that will help disperse it more evenly so that when you're drinking it, it's not all in one spot, because that will make your lips feel a little interesting. And if I were to get it in my eye, it would be a good idea to use a carrier oil or if my skin became sensitive, to use a carrier oil, okay? And that will help increase your comfort. So let's talk about popular carrier oils. My favorite is doTERRA's fractionated coconut oil. It's essential. It's basically a bottle that's about this big and it's brown, and the essential, or not essential oil, it essentially has coconut oil that stays at liquid form in room temperature. Whereas regular coconut oil can be solid when it's cold out and liquid when it's warm out. This is always ready to go. You can also use jojoba oil, grapeseed oil, almond oil, avocado oil, and your olive oil that you use for cooking. Okay? Also, I want to remind you that if you are using essential oils on babies and the elderly or people with sensitive skin, make sure to dilute it right away before you even put it on the person. Okay? Their skin is more sensitive and susceptible to irritation, burning, or stinging sensations. If your skin turns red, it just means that you need to dilute it. Your skin is absorbing it quickly, and it just needs to absorb it at a slower rate. So use a carrier oil to protect it. Also, make sure that you don't put it on a baby or a toddler in a place where they might accidentally get the oils in their eyes or their mouth. So what I would do on a baby is I'd put it on the bottom of their feet and then cover it up with socks. And also, they can't reach their spine very easily, so along the spine is great too. Some of the oils that you should always dilute will be found in your reference book or in the reference app that I'm also offering for you for free if you sign up for my emails, okay? So some of those oils that you would want to dilute automatically before you even consider putting it on somebody is cinnamon, thyme, oregano, cassia, clove, and I would even say some of the cooling oils such as peppermint. Okay, let's say that you want to try a new oil and you want to be cautious. One of the things that you can do is a basic skin test. So what you do is you get a small amount of a carrier oil, such as coconut oil or olive oil, and put it on the inside of your arm, like right here. I don't know, you can't call it an elbow pit, but anyway, the inside of your elbow. Put it there and then put the oil that you want to test on top of that, or second. And then you can put some additional carrier oil on top. Okay, and then after about an hour or so, check the areas for any type of reaction. If it's red, then possibly you need to dilute it more. Okay, let's see here. By the way, most of the time when people have a skin irritation, they're either not diluting it properly or they're using an essential oil that is not high quality and pure. I want to put a plug in for doTERRA's oils. They are third-party tested to make sure that there are no foreign contaminants, such as bug killers, weed killers, and just anything that is not what it is. So a lemon essential oil will only have lemon essential oil in it. Lavender will only have lavender in it unless it says otherwise on the label. Okay, they are tested at a third-party lab to make sure that they are safe and effective. And then not only that, they put a sample from each batch in storage and hold on to it in case there ever was a problem, that they could go back and figure out what happened. Okay, so Melaleuca and lavender are mild even for sensitive skin and can usually be effectively used undiluted on burns, insect bites, pimples, and other skin eruptions on most adults. However, I'd like to point out that when you use a carrier oil, like if you were to put lavender on first and then put a carrier oil over it, the carrier oil will prevent the lavender from evaporating as quickly and your skin will be able to absorb it more. Another thing is it just makes it so that your skin will absorb it slowly. It's still very effective. Hi, Ethan. So anyway, as a family, you all kids will show up and join in on the video. Sometimes I invite them to join me. Anyway, so carrier oils are actually a very good friend, even if that is not a hot oil or a cold oil or cooling oil. It's just good to make sure that your body absorbs most of it rather than having a lot of it evaporate. Okay, so the next thing that you need to know is that citrus oils, the majority of them, are photosensitive. So you will want to avoid sun tanning, either in natural light or using a sun lamp or anything else with UV rays. Basically what happens is you get a dark pigmentation or a rash on the skin. So basically what I would do with the photosensitive oils, I would use them before I go to bed or put them in my water. Okay, so anyway, wait at least 6 hours before exposing that skin where you applied it to sunlight. So if I apply it on this arm, I could cover up this arm and this arm would be fine. Okay. Internal use. Here is red mandarin. It's a limited time oil that I got earlier this year. And I don't know if you can see this very well, but it says supplemental facts. If your oil does not say supplemental facts on it, do not use it internally. It's not generally regarded as safe or GRAS by the Food and Drug Administration. So anyway, another thing on the label that you should see is that it says for internal use, dilute 1 drop in 4 ounces of liquid. Some oils, such as oregano, might say the same thing, but when I use it to make soup, I would probably get that 1 drop to 8 to 16 cups of water, depending on what kind of flavor I'm going for, but just know that it's strong, okay? Because it's a very concentrated form of oregano. This is a very concentrated form of red mandarin. Okay. Phone's ringing. Okay, don't know that number. Mild oils can be taken under the tongue or in water. Hot oils should be placed in capsules. You can get veggie caps from doTERRA as well as other sources. And as I said before, many oils can be used in cooking recipes for flavoring and or therapeutic benefit. When it comes to pregnancy and nursing, while oils are applied topically at ordinary levels, should not be harmful to a developing fetus, please use caution with essential oils during pregnancy. Popular oils generally considered safe to use during pregnancy include bergamot, or some people say bergamot, ginger, geranium, lavender, lemon, sandalwood, wild orange, ylang ylang. However, other oils may also be suitable. I would basically advise you to contact your provider and ask them if you have any questions or concerns. Additional oils may be helpful during and after pregnancy. Again, that app that I've got, it has great ideas on what to do afterward. Internal use of peppermint can reduce milk supply in some mothers, so you may want to avoid it prior to delivery and while nursing. On the other hand, if your milk supply is a little bit low, fennel can help support a normal milk supply. Critical health conditions. If you have asthma, epilepsy, high blood pressure, or other critical health conditions, you might want to pay attention carefully right now. You can definitely benefit from using essential oils, but there are some oils that you will want to avoid if you have epilepsy. For instance, you will want to avoid fennel, birch, basil, and digestion. And if you have high blood pressure, make sure to cautiously use or avoid thyme and rosemary. So next up is, remember, a little goes a long way. Essential oils are pure concentrates from plants. The higher the quality of the oil, the more potent it will be, and the smaller amounts are required. If you buy a lesser quality oil, they've probably been heavily diluted or may have adulterations or additives involved that may make it so you have to use more, and they might inconsistently work But that's why you want to use a doTERRA essential oil, because they will have the same strength. Also, with doTERRA oils, 1 or 2 drops is considered a dose. Less oil more often is best. So rather than taking 6 drops all at once, it's better to spread it out. And unlike synthetic medications, you do not need to wait 4 hours before using oil again. Apply the oil. If there still is pain, apply more again in a few minutes or a few hours, depending on what your situation is. I like to use essential oils in the bathtub. One common application I like to use is to use Epsom salts. Epsom salts are great because they also help our bodies detoxify, but they serve an additional purpose of helping to make it so that there's not high concentrated areas in the bathtub of a certain oil. Okay, so it will help it to not float on top. So like when you first get in, as you're entering the bathtub, all the oil won't be sitting there on top. You can also use a dispersing gel to prevent the oil from pooling and being concentrated. Also, it's important to know that oils evaporate quickly in very hot water, and that essential oils can be flammable. One thing I'd like to tell you about is that you can make your own essential oil blends for your diffuser or to put on in a massage. So here's one. I would probably use a drop of each of these. There's no specific recipe associated with this, so I guess it kind of depends on what you're looking for. So we have lemon, coriander, console, grapefruit, and lime, and this is called the Citrus Sunrise Massage Blend. Another do-it-yourself diffuser blend is the New Car blend, for those of us who want to have that new car smell for as long as possible. You get 3 drops of wild orange and 3 drops of wintergreen. It's amazing. I recommend you try it. If you would like to get a diffuser for your car that goes into your cigarette lighter, what you do is you go to like oillife.com or aromatools.com. You might even be able to find them on Amazon. There are various places that you can find them, and doTERRA occasionally has them as a limited time special. So if you find it on doTERRA, make sure you grab it right away because they will disappear. Once again, if you would like to connect with or stay connected with me, you can go to certifiedpureessentialoils.info, or you can find me on YouTube at Certified Pure Essential Oils with Becky Gardner. I hope you have a fabulous day. Hey, if you want to get additional free stuff, I often give out samples and other educational materials to those who contact me personally via email. So make sure to stay in touch or join my weekly email list, where I will continue to offer educational opportunities. I hope you have a fabulous day. Stay strong and happy.